Hey everyone, I'm Megan and welcome to my channel. So today I have a full face of first impressions from the drugstore for you all. And there are several new releases that I will be featuring in this video. For one, it's the full spectrum foundation. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got the Wet n Wild setting powder. We've got the e.l.f. poreless putty primer. We've got some new contours from Physicians Formula and some new highlights from Wet n Wild. I'm just telling you, I've got a full face of all of these hot new products at the drugstore. So I hope you're all excited for this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and start by priming my skin with the brand new Full Spectrum CoverGirl Mattifying Skin Primer. And it has an SPF of 20. Ooh, guys, this feels so good. This does not have that like silicone feel. So maybe this will be a really good primer. I really like the way it feels. Most drugstore mattifying primers are really silicone-y feeling, and you know, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, and I know it breaks a lot of people out, so we'll see. I will definitely keep y'all updated and let you know if this really did keep me matte all day, so excited about that. And while that sets in, since this is a drugstore tutorial, I wanted to mention this product to you guys. So if you saw my skincare, my nighttime skincare routine, then you know that I start all of my nighttime skincare routine with the Clinique Take Off the Day Balm, which is like $29.50, $29 or $29.50, I can't remember. And when I was at Walmart the other day, I noticed that Physicians Formula had the Perfect Matcha. It's a 3-in-1 melting cleansing balm. It looks like this. It's just like a little balm and it turns into oil. You apply it the same way you do the Clinique. And you guys, this is a definite dupe for the Clinique Take Off the Day Balm. So if that is way out of your price point, you know, your budget, you can't afford it, I would definitely check out Walmart or wherever Physicians Formula is sold and try this out. I really, really like it. It gets all my mascara, everything off. So I've really been enjoying that. So I think the primer has set in. So I'm going to go ahead and I have had this primer. My Walmart had one more left and I picked it up. So this is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So this e.l.f. primer is supposed to be a dupe for the Tatcha one. So we will definitely be testing that out. It looks very similar actually. Same color and everything. So here's the e.l.f. Here's the Tatcha. Sorry guys, you can't see it, but it's the same color, looks like same consistency and all of that. So I have high hopes for this as well. Okay, so right off bat, I can go ahead and tell you it's not as thick as the Tatcha one, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna put it in all of my problem areas. I will definitely keep y'all updated on this primer as well and let you know how it worked out. Now, for foundation, I'm going to be trying the new Full Spectrum Matte Ambition All Day Shine Free Foundation. It looks like this. I picked it up at Ulta. It was $11.99, so very affordable. And the shades, I don't know what I was doing when I was ordering this, but anyhow, I picked up 2 shades. I've got Light Neutral 2 and Medium Cool 1. So I think the light neutral actually looks a little darker than the medium cool. So I'm going to pump it out on a couple pumps on my palette. Here is the medium cool, and then here is the light one. So the light one actually, I don't know, I guess it's just the undertone. So the undertone on the light one looks a little warmer, and then the medium one looks a little cooler. So I'm going to try to go in with the light too. And I'm going to use my beauty blender to blend it out. Hopefully this will match. I think that should be good. And this foundation also had really good reviews on Ulta's website as well. I do not think that it is full coverage right off the bat. I think it is a medium coverage and maybe it's buildable, so we will test that out and see. Okay, it's doing something weird. Whenever I, press it in, it's kind of like picking up the product. So I don't know what's going on there with that. It's like moving the product around. I don't know if it's the primer, but I did use the full spectrum primer. So those two should definitely play well together since it's made by the same brand, same line. All right, let's just try to build it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm not going to build it up anymore. I'm just going to leave it like that and move on. What I am going to be using for concealer today is the brand new e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. It looks like this, and I've heard really good things about this as well. And my local Walgreens, I think I got it at Walgreens, they only had 2 shades left, which was Fair Warm and Light Peach. So I'll go in with Fair Warm first. Right underneath my eye, if that's a little light, we'll go in with the Light Peach. Oh my God. No, we won't, because that's like white. So, not doing Fair Warm. Let's go with Light Peach. Oh my gosh, guys, this looks really light too. Oh gosh. Okay. That is like white. Y'all know I love a bright under eye. However, this, I don't like a white under eye. And this is looking white on me. Okay, now I look like a raccoon. I'm gonna go see if I can find a different drugstore concealer to try to fix this, so I will be right back. Alright guys, so I found the new L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. It looks like this, and it is in the shade 345 Oatmeal. So I'm gonna go up underneath where I applied the e.l.f. concealer, and by the way, it does look really nice. I think this will kind of balance everything out. Alright, so this is what we're working with the foundation and the 2 concealers. So, I don't think it looks bad, and I think since we blended it out, I know I look a little ghostly, but we are going to fix that right now. And to cream contour, I picked up the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Makeup Stick Contour in the shade Call Me Maple 805. It looks like this. And I'm just going to pick it up on, I've got this Cover FX contour brush. I'm going to get a little bit of the product on the smaller end of the brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and start contouring my nose. And this is not a new contour stick. I've just never tried it before. The color looks pretty nice. It's a little warm, but that's okay. We need to warm this face up, that's for sure. Alright, so that looks really good. Now I'm going to use my Morphe E8, which is my favorite brush for cream contouring. Get a little bit of the product on my brush and just start chiseling out the face. That is really pigmented, guys. That's a really nice cream contour stick. And I think it was like $4.99 or maybe less. Might have been like $3.99. So very, very affordable. So I just started watching season 2 of Very Cavallari. Do you guys like that show? I love it. I'm obsessed with like all reality shows, especially like the Housewives. The Real Housewives of the OC, that one's my favorite. I love Atlanta Housewives. Don't Be Tardy. I wish Kim would go back on The Real Housewives, but I'm glad she has her own show. I love watching that. I love all the reality shows. What are y'all's favorite shows to watch? Do you guys watch Netflix? My favorite show on Netflix, what is it? Oh my gosh, The Punisher. My fiance got me on that show, you guys, and it is so good. And so Eminem loves The Punisher, and Netflix released a statement saying that they were going to cancel the show, and Eminem like cussed Netflix out. It was a big ordeal. So I don't know. It is a really good show if y'all are into like action and killing, and I don't know. I love it. Most of the time I don't like stuff like that, but it is really interesting, and I can't stop watching it, and I'm really sad that they're canceling it. You would think if a show does so well, they would continue, you know, on, but oh well. So, as you can see, this contour is awesome. I'm definitely going to be putting this in my everyday makeup routine. It's a lot cheaper than the KKW Beauty contour sticks, which are my favorite. But this looks so good, guys. It just blended out beautifully. So, I'm going to go ahead and blend out my nose contour. I think that is so good. I'm so happy I found that. Alright, for setting powder, I am going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Powder. It looks like this. It's a pretty big container. And before I do that, I always like to go in and blend out any creases. And that concealer is, you know, I have hooded eyes, so I've got like all kinds of creases in my eyes. And that concealer did not crease. That's a really good sign, guys. I think both of these concealers are really, really nice. And I'm obsessed with the Wet n Wild contour stick. And that is, I'm just amazed at that. So, alright. So I'm just going to get a little bit of the powder out in the cap. And we're going to make our face with this. So now I've got that in. Like I said, I think that looks really good. I'm going to put a little extra underneath my eyes, so when we do eyeshadow, it will not mess up our base. And I think this was like $4.99, so very, very affordable. For brows, I picked up two different eyebrow pencils from the drugstore. I've got the Revlon Color Stay Brow Pencil. And then I have the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow Micro Fine Define. And these are both in the shade Soft Brown. So I think I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl one because it's more of like the Anastasia Brow Wiz. So the tip is a little thicker than the Anastasia one, but I think we can make it work. And the color is dark. Oh gosh. So, you know how these first impressions goes. The shades can all be off, and brows might be really dark, face might be really light, but we're going to make this work, guys, I promise. So, I'm going to go ahead and do this one brow, and we'll see how we like it. So, I always start my brow at the top, and then I come down like that. And then I go underneath. And then I just try to connect these two lines. So that went on really, really nicely. I can go ahead and tell you this shade is going to be extremely too dark for me. But we're just going to have to make it work, guys. So once I have the line at the top and the bottom, then it makes it really easy for me just to fill in between those two lines. And it's going on really easy. I'm not having to put a lot of pressure. So there is one brow. It actually doesn't look too bad. I think that looks pretty good, actually. Alright, guys, so I've got my brows on, and I told y'all it would look crazy. And it does. However, the formula and the pencil, it went on so easy. I didn't have any issues at all, except the color, so don't judge me right yet. It will look good when we get done. So, for eyes, I am so excited. I have got several palettes from the drugstore, but I just wanted to play with these new ones from Physicians Formula. and they are Sultry Nights and Tropical Days, and it is the butter formula. So I am going to, I think, dip into both of these. So the first shade I'm going to dip into is out of the Tropical Days palette, and this is what it looks like. So very pretty, and it smells like that coconut smell, like the butter bronzers and the whole butter collection. And then you get one of these, so it's a double-ended, you know, like sponge side eyeshadow brush. So the first brush I'm going to pick up, I'm going to use my Smith 232. It looks like this. And I don't know if I mentioned in my last video, but I started talking about Brianna Fox and her blending techniques and all of that. She's an awesome makeup artist, but she uses Smith brushes, and she says they do most of the work for her. So I had to pick these up. They were out of stock for a while, so I'm so glad I finally got them. So the first shade I'm going to pick up is this one right here. It's just a really light pink, pinkish brownish color, and there's a lot of kickback in the pan. So if that bothers you, just know. And I don't know what look I'm going for. I'm just going to kind of wing it. This is a very soft, pretty color. And I might go ahead and zoom you guys in so you can see what I'm looking, or what I'm doing. Okay. So just a nice transition color. Nothing crazy. Take that same shade underneath. As you can see, there is a lot of kickback in the pan. I don't know if you can see. So this will just give us a nice base for the other shadows to lay over top of. So now I'm going to move it to a little smaller brush, and that is the Smith, if I can find it. This is a Smith 230. And I'm still using the same palette. I'm just going to go into this brown shade right there. And I'm just going to start defining the crease. These are blending beautifully, and you guys know how hard it is to find, you know, good eyeshadows at the drugstore. So I'm really glad Physicians Formula have launched these. I have the Casey Holmes and Physicians Formula, their, you know, collab. And this is the same formula that's in her palette. So if you've tried that and like that formula, you will really like these. That is so pretty, guys. Take the same shade on the lower lash line. That looks really good. And so far, I really like these brushes. I know Tara, my friend on YouTube, she has the Sonia G brushes and loves them. And I've thought about picking that set up too. Whatever can make eyeshadow easier, I think you should definitely try it out. You know, brushes make all the difference in the world. But Morphe, I mean, they have really, really nice brushes as well. So you don't have to buy really expensive brushes to create an awesome eye look. So that is what we're working with. That is just the 2 shades, and I think that looks awesome. So I'm going to dip back into that lighter shade with the bigger fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend out these edges so everything blends seamlessly. So there's that. Now I think I'm going to go into the Sultry Nights, and I think I'm going to pick up this dark shade here at the bottom, And I'm going to use, there is no eyeshadow on this brush. It's just stained. I was playing with color the other day. And anyhow, so this was from the Morphe Christmas collection, and I'm just going to pick a little bit of the deep brown up. And I'm just going to put this in the outer V. And I may bring it up into the crease a little bit, just to define that crease. And this is beautiful. The shade is blending awesome. There's no patchiness. It just looks awesome. Pleasantly surprised with the formula. So I'm going to take a little bit of that on the tip of the brush and just deepen the lower lash line up. I think that I'm going to keep the lower lash line like that. I don't think I want to get it any darker. I'm going to go back in with the Smith 230, and I'm just going to blend all of that together. Alright, so there's that. Now, I got to dip into one of these shimmers, and I think I'm going to go into the Tropical Days palette and go into this shade right here. And I'm going to pick this up on a MAC 242, which is a synthetic brush. It's really nice for packing on color and for shimmers. And I'm just going to see how it does with it dry. Ooh, not bad. That actually isn't bad, guys, with no MAC Fix Plus, no setting spray, nothing on there, just dry. Alright, now to highlight, I think I'm going to go into the Sultry Nights palette, and I'm going to pick up this light shade right here, and I'm just going to highlight the inner corner. That looks really pretty. And I'm sure if you wanted to wet your brush, it would be a lot more metallic and intense. But I just wanted to see how it would perform on its own. Alright guys, so I am back with both of my eyes done, and I really enjoyed both of these palettes. The only thing I would tell you is to do your eyes first, or make sure you put down you know, some translucent powder underneath your eyes so it does not mess up your foundation, because it was Fallout Central under my eyes. It was awful, but you know, we prepared for that, so I dusted it away. We're all good. So that's the only thing I would tell you about that. So next, for mascara, I'm gonna go ahead, curl my lashes, and in my Milani, Full Face of Milani Cosmetics, I did not have a mascara, and I told you guys that I would feature it in an upcoming video. So I went out and I picked up one of Milani's mascaras, and this is the highly rated 10-in-1 volume mascara. Packaging is super cute. It's just black with the gold top, and there's little stars all over it. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that, and this is what the one looks like. So nothing crazy, just like your average mascara one. Get a little bit of the product. That looks really good, guys. Let me zoom you all in. So here is one coat, and here is not coated. So you can definitely see the difference. I really like this mascara so far, guys. Alright guys, so I am back. I have got my mascara on, and you guys, this mascara is awesome. This, I really like it. I can't believe how good it made my lashes look. It lengthened them, it separated them. There's no clumpiness. So next, I am going to contour. It is by Physicians Formula. I was just going through Drugstore makeup the other day and I saw this was new. This is the Sculpting Bronzer. This is what it looks like. The lights are kind of washing it out a little bit, but it is kind of dark in the pan. It's showing up lighter on camera, but I'm going to try this and see if it's too much. Then we will go over to the Revlon. So I'm just going to use my Morphe my Morphe R10. It's just like this. It's just like a little contour brush. I'm going to pick up just a tiny bit because you know these are extremely pigmented. And I'm going to try to... Okay, that's probably all I need. So I'm going to dip in again. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. So if you are my skin tone, if you're close to my skin tone, I think this could work for you if you just take a very light hand and do not get a lot of product because it's very pigmented. I do like this. I am not going to contour my nose with this because I know it will be way, way, way too dark. So I also picked up, there are new bronzers Maybelline has. They're called the City Bronzers. So I will feature this in another video. Well, actually I could probably still bronze with this. So I'm going to use the lighter one. This is the shade 100. I'm going to use that to contour my nose. It is really light. But if I use a dark bronzer on my nose to contour, it just does not look right. So that did a really good job. Even though it looks light in the pan, for some reason on my nose, if I go in with a really dark shade, it just looks crazy. So that looks really good. I really like this for contouring. Now to bronze. I have got this in the shade 300. This is the brand new Maybelline City Bronzer, and it says it's bronzer and contour, so that's awesome. And then Wet n Wild also launched bronzers, so I picked up 2 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and bronze with the City Bronzer in 300, and then I may go over it with one of the Wet n Wilds to give us, you know, that glow over top. So I'm just going to dip in, get a little bit of product, and I'm using my Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush JH02. Ooh. So very pigmented. Ooh. That is really nice. I'm telling you guys, the Drugstore, they're coming for you, big brands. They are coming for you. Do you see that? Oh my gosh. That is extremely pigmented. Let's go in with the powder brush. Try to diffuse that a little bit. That looks so good. Oh my goodness. I'm getting excited, guys. Alright, so I'm going to leave the bronzer like that. Alright, now for blush. For blush, I think I want to dip in to this Physicians Formula Butter Collection with Casey Holmes. And I'm going to just use the blush shade in the middle. And it is in the shade Copper Cabana. Ooh. And I always like to put a little blush on the end of my nose and go across the bridge of my nose and also on my forehead, just for a little color. Alright, now the fun part, to highlight. I have got the new loose highlighters from Wet n Wild. This is in the shade I'm So Lit. So I know Wet n Wild, they have awesome highlight formulas. So I'm just going to get a little bit out and put it in the cap. And then I'm going to use my Anastasia A23 highlight brush. And I'm just going to get a tiny bit out. If you all have ever played with loose highlight, you know it is extremely pigmented. I'm kind of scared. Woo! So that is a really nice highlight. Tiny bit. Woo! That am so lit now. Oh my goodness. Get a little bit Cupid's bow. And I'm going to go over the inner corner. Brighten that up a little more. That is so pretty, guys. I'm going to hit the brow bone again. Why not? And then I'm going to get a little bit more and go down the bridge of my nose. That is extremely pretty. But I am going to go over it with my diffuser brush and just try to diffuse it a little bit. That highlight don't want to go anywhere. What I like to do when I get to this point in my makeup, right before I get ready to be done, I love to go in with a banana powder or MAC Pro Emphasize. I love that for going underneath my eyes and the center of my face to just give me that brightened effect. So I picked this up from Makeup Revolution. It's the Bacon Blot, but it kind of has a banana shade to it. So I'm going to try to use this to, you know, just highlight a little bit the center of my face. So I'm going to pick a little bit up on, this is my favorite brush to do that. It's a Real Techniques setting brush. And I just like to go in the center of my face like this. And it just really brightens and, oh yeah, that works nicely for that. So you see how that just, I don't know, it just highlighted the center of the face. I don't know, I just, that's my habit, that's what I do, and I like it. I think it looks really nice. So I'm going to go get my setting spray and lip color, and then I will be right back. Alright guys, so I have got, to set my face, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. It's new. It's the matte blotting mist. And before I do that, I am going to apply my lip color. And I'm going to be using this new liquid lip from L'Oreal. It's in the shade Create 416. Looks like this. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on. And it's a really liquidy consistency. It's just a really, really pretty nude. It's not extremely pigmented, but it feels nice on the lips. It's not too drying, so that's good. So there's the lip color. I do really like this too. It's really thin and liquidy, but when it dries down, it's not too it's not sucking the life out of your lips, if you know what I mean. Alright, now the fun part, to set the face. And I'm just going to shake this up really good. Uh-oh. So I just tried to spray it and it's all coming out of the top. I don't know, but there was, you know how it had settled in the bottom, so that's why I feel like I needed to shake it up. Okay, so this is a no-go. It's not working. I've tried to spritz it about 25 times and it's not working. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my bottom lash mascara. Whew. So that is so nice. I really love that mascara. I really, really do. Alright, so I'm sorry guys about the setting spray. I'm going to try to go and return it and see if they can give me a different one. Or maybe I can play... Oh, now it's working. Okay, so never mind. We're going to go ahead, spritz the face, and we'll see. So, wish me luck. Oh my god. So I definitely should have let the mascara dry before I did that. So give me 1 second and I will be right back. Alright guys, so I am back. So word of advice, if you apply your bottom lash mascara before setting your face, just make sure it dries first. Because I had mascara all underneath my eyes. Thank goodness that I dried it and I got it off with a spoolie from my eyebrow pencil. So anyhow, we fixed it. It's all good. However, this setting spray just set my makeup so beautifully. Like, I'm amazed at how good. And I know mattifying setting spray sometimes will have like these white dots all over your face. I don't have any of that. It just set it and made it so matte. So if you have oily skin, I would definitely suggest picking this up because I'm just amazed at how nice it set the makeup. So I really, really like this. So I'm going to go ahead and recap everything, but I do think the final look turned out beautifully. I am amazed at how nice everything worked and blended. The eyeshadow, the foundation, I was kind of iffy to begin with, but looking at it now on my skin, and I don't know if it's a mixture of the primers or the e.l.f. primer or what, or the setting spray, but everything, like, if you looked at my face, you would not be able to tell this is all Drugstore. So I'm pleasantly surprised. So I'm going to go recap really quick through everything. The foundation, have to update you. The primers, I really enjoyed the full spectrum mattifying primer. It did not give me that silicone feel, and it just felt really nice on the skin. The e.l.f. primer, I will have to just update you, but so far my pores look blurred. They look like they're non-existent on my face, so very good. Let's see, what was next? The concealers, I definitely like the concealers, just I need to get a different shade in both of them, but there is no creasing, it's not caking up, it looks really nice, even in the center of my face. So the e.l.f. setting powder, I really enjoyed that. I extremely enjoyed this contour stick by Wet n Wild. This amazed me. It really did. The butter bronzer contour, I really liked that. The bronzer from Maybelline, both of them worked really nicely. I just think it looks so beautiful on the skin. It just, I like it. The color is awesome. So very nice, even nice for contouring my nose. The blush from the Physicians Formula and Casey Holmes collab, I really like that. Let's see, eyeshadow. The eyeshadow was awesome, just, you know, be careful of the fallout. And mascara was on point. It was awesome. Let's see, what else do we have? And the Wet n Wild highlight, I really enjoyed that, as well as the eyebrow pencil and the liquid lip. So overall, I think all of the products were awesome. We really didn't have any misses in this Drugstore tutorial or first impressions. I was pleasantly surprised. I've not played with Drugstore products in a really long time, so I'm very glad that I reached out, went to the drugstore, and found these awesome products. So this is the final look. Like I said, I think it turned out beautiful. And yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and then hit that little post notification bell so you can be notified every single time I upload. And thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in my next ones. Bye!